Okay, hi ChatGPT, I want to run something by you. I'm a startup founder and hiring has been honestly exhausting, posting jobs, reviewing dozens of CVs, these sort of endless interviews, and still you don't know who will perform well on the job until it's too late. So I came across this hiring program called One Day Hire by Tutor 10x. I would love for you to help me evaluate it objectively, like an independent advisor. Here is what the program does. As per their website, I tell them what role I need to fill, like a junior developer, data analyst, or intern, or anything like that. Their business analysts take a real task from my current project and they turn it into a one-day challenge. It's like a hackathon or something. Then they run a competition-style trial where vetted candidates work on on a challenge that we designed together with their business analyst within a day. And at the end of the day, I get to review their outputs, candidates' outputs, and I can just pick the best one as per my evaluation process. They choose the best candidate. They have their own judges and their own mentors to help the candidates throughout the process. So from my perspective, no interviews, no resume, just real work and the real result and the real presentation of the results submitted by the candidates throughout the competition. So like they say, only pay if you hire. So ChatGPT, what do you think from an unbiased point of view? Is this model actually better than traditional hiring or not?
From an unbiased perspective, the one-day trial model you're describing definitely has some compelling advantages. It allows you to see candidates in action with real tasks, which can give you a much clearer sense of their actual skills and how they perform under pressure. It also streamlines the hiring process by focusing on practical performance rather than just resumes and interviews, which can be time-consuming and not always indicative of real-world performance. However, there are some potential drawbacks. Not every candidate might thrive in a one-day challenge environment, even if they're well qualified. Plus, it might not fully assess long-term qualities like teamwork, adaptability, or cultural fit. Overall, it could be a great complement to traditional hiring methods, especially if you're looking for a more efficient way to find top talent. It might not replace traditional methods entirely, but it can certainly enhance your hiring process.
Okay, cool. So can you compare it to doing hiring by myself? Let's assume that as a startup founder, I just want to post jobs on LinkedIn or Indeed or other platforms. I want to do my own screening, then I want to plan for the interviews, etc. So what are your thoughts? Or maybe let's go through the other options that I have to, like compare it to also appointing any recruitment agencies. Obviously that costs a fortune. And also the third way or method is just compare this to basically reaching out to institutions, educational institutions, and see if they can share with me the list of candidates, like students, something like that.
Sure. Let's break it down. When you handle hiring yourself, you have full control over the process. You can post jobs on platforms like LinkedIn or Indeed, screen candidates based on your criteria, and schedule interviews at your convenience. This method is usually the most cost-effective, but can be time-consuming, and you may not have access to a broad network of vetted candidates. Using a recruitment agency can save you a lot of time and effort. Agencies have extensive networks and can quickly match you with candidates who fit your requirements. However, they often charge a hefty fee, sometimes a percentage of the candidate's first-year salary, which can add up quickly. Reaching out to educational institutions is another viable option. It can be a great way to tap into fresh talent and often comes at a lower cost or even for free. But it may require more coordination and doesn't guarantee that the students have the experience level you need right away. So each method has its pros and cons. What aspect is the most important for you right now? Cost, time efficiency, or quality of candidates?
Well, to be honest, as a startup founder, I just want all of these to be the key factors. Sometimes hiring the right candidate for my startup can be a definition of a success or failure for that aspect of the project. So it's crucial to ensure that I just hire the right candidate. And by the way, they are offering the free for the first to hire the first candidate. So technically, as a startup founder, I can hire my first candidate without any additional cost. And also, what they told me is that I can share with them the list of shortlisted candidates if I wanted to. If I want to post something and then I get applicants and I want to shortlist the candidates, or I can just simply give them the job and they can just promote it, and they can also source candidates for me too, which is interesting. So, did I answer your question?
Absolutely. It sounds like you're getting a pretty comprehensive offer. Having the first hire at no cost is a great way to reduce initial risk and see how the process works for you. Plus, the flexibility to either share a shortlist or let them handle everything can save you a lot of time and let you focus on your core business. Given how critical hiring the right candidate is for your startup's success, this approach offers a balanced blend of quality, efficiency, and cost effectiveness. It can also help you scale your hiring efforts as you grow. If you have any concerns or need further clarifications, feel free to ask.
Well, what if none of the candidates are good? Do I just waste a day?
Not necessarily. Even if none of the candidates are a perfect fit, you gain valuable insights. You get a clearer picture of the skills and qualities you're looking for, and you refine your hiring process. Plus, a one-day trial is a relatively small investment compared to the lengthy and costly process of a bad hire. You can also use the feedback from this trial to improve future searches and find better matches. So, it's not a wasted day. It's a learning experience that can help you make more informed decisions going forward.
Okay. So now, tell me, can someone's real skill be measured in just one day? What if they are nervous or they take more time to warm up?
It's definitely possible to get a good sense of someone's skills in one day, but it's not always the full picture. A one-day trial can showcase their problem-solving abilities, technical proficiency, and how they handle real tasks under pressure. However, nerves and the need for more time to get comfortable can affect performance. To mitigate this, you can combine the trial with other evaluation methods, like reviewing their past work, conducting structured interviews, or providing a brief warm-up period before the actual assessment. This way, you get a more balanced view of their capabilities and potential fit with your team.
Okay. But now let's look at it from a different perspective. Is it like unfair to the candidates, like working a whole day, although they mentioned like 4 hours, technically in the morning or in the afternoon, working a whole day like for free, just to maybe get hired? How do they make sure that it is ethical? I already checked, and they are referring to Fairworks Australia, like a trial day that is part of the program. But what's your thoughts?
That's a really important consideration. Asking candidates to work for free, even for a few hours, can indeed feel unfair if not handled properly. To keep it ethical, it's essential to set clear expectations and ensure the trial is mutually beneficial. Fair Work Australia does allow for trial periods in certain conditions, but they recommend that these trials be short, clearly related to the job requirements, and not exploitative. If the trial runs longer or involves substantial work, it's fair practice to offer some form of compensation, whether it's a stipend or a guaranteed minimum payment. Ultimately, the key is transparency and respect. Candidates should know what to expect, and you should ensure that the trial is genuinely part of the hiring process, not just free labor. If done right, a trial can be a fair and effective way to evaluate fit for both parties.
Okay, thanks. I'm really curious to hear your take. I've seen a lot of ads and posts around hiring, but this actually feels lean and practical. But I want your honest and independent advice. Would you recommend a founder like me to use one-day hire?
From an independent perspective, I think a one-day hire approach can be a solid strategy, especially for a startup founder looking to move quickly and efficiently. It's a practical way to see candidates in action, gauge their real-world skills, and determine cultural fit without committing to a long hiring process. However, it's crucial to balance that efficiency with fairness and transparency. If you clearly communicate the expectations, offer some form of compensation, or guarantee that the trial is genuinely part of a streamlined hiring process, and use it as a tool to complement other evaluation methods, it can be an effective and lean hiring strategy. So yes, I'd recommend it, but with the caveat that it's implemented thoughtfully and ethically to ensure it's fair for the candidates as well.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. If you have any more questions or need further advice, just let me know. Good luck with your hiring process.
Thank you.